welcome back to Platicando Verde, Blanco y Todo, a podcast. I am your host, Maria de la Luz. Let's get started. I just want to start by saying thank you, everybody, for all your messages, your shares, your likes, your follows, your comments, just everything. I have been overwhelmed with messages asking to be on the podcast, questions, interview, topics, just everything. It has been just great. So, for that, I'm very grateful. Um, for the introduction today, in the first part of the episode, I want to dedicate it to a bunch of anonymous questions that I have received. And it's just been so funny because it's been like pulling teeth with y'all when I post on Instagram, Facebook, TikTok for you to send questions. Once I posted that I had an anonymous link, se soltaron, perdieron toda la vergüenza, and I love it. But I just think it's so funny because a lot of these questions are so unhinged, and you can tell, like, it takes me back to high school when people were only brave when we had Ask FM and all of that. And that's when they decide to send you stuff. So I'm still gonna read those. I'm not gonna go through all of them because I got so many, but I picked a few that are just it's gonna be fun. So I'm gonna go through my list. Um First, just to get this ball rolling, I'm gonna share two stories that people sent in about embarrassing things that have happened to them, okay? So, story number one. Y lo voy a hacer con el micrófono así para que no se vaya a perder ningún detalle. It says, this guy had invited me over to his house. I guess he tried I guess he tried being sexy and threw me onto his bed. When he threw me onto his bed, it broke. Me da más risa because this is actually somebody I know and I know both parties, and that's why it's extra funny. Um Please send your stories because I have so much fun reading these and I have so much fun sharing them. Let me move on to the second one. This is also somebody that I know that actually told me this, and I told her she needs to send me that story so that I can share it with you guys. She said, I just gave it away. It's a girl. So today I had to wipe my ass with the toilet seat liner because there was no toilet paper in the stall. Like, me da más risa, and you're all gonna be like, that's not funny, but like, me da más risa porque yo estaba ahí cuando pasó, like, fue al baño y luego llegó a la oficina y, bitch, guess what just happened? Like, por eso me da más risa. But let's move on to the questions. Okay, so a lot of these were, I had to pick through them because it was just a lot. I'm gonna do a few questions that y'all sent in, and then I'm gonna do uh pickup lines that I asked y'all for. Just funny pickup lines, and I'm gonna rate the best one. The first one, can we please get together soon? I just find that it's so unhinged that y'all send stuff like that because one, clearly it's anonymous, so I don't know who you are. And second of all, like, if you were gonna shoot your shot, that was not the way to do it. But me da risa. The second one was social security number, and then somebody actually sent me a 8-digit number. Like, I know that's probably not your real social security number, pero no te pases. Um, Somebody said, why do you always leave me undelivered? Honestly, if you're talking about social media, and if I ever leave you undelivered on social media, I'm sorry, but like, I look at those messages y a veces si me mandan like videos or stuff, I'll react to it, pero a veces se me pasa, se me olvida. Now, if it's text message, I really don't. I text maybe like two people, um, and if I don't respond to you, like, just follow up with the second message because you're in my text messages for a reason. So my bad. Um, Y'all are trying to be messy. Somebody said name all your exes. I have none. If we didn't get married, you don't count as an ex. And me and my ex that actually got married, we're about to sign our divorce, so he doesn't even count. So I don't have any. Somebody said, you're so pretty y eres bien chingona. I really appreciate that. I am slowly learning to take compliments better. I used to just be like, "Mm, awkward," but now I'm learning to appreciate it, and say thank you, and just really like accept compliments. So thank you. I really appreciate that. Somebody said, can I ask you out again? Like, no sé ni quién eres. That's not the way to shoot your shot. Not that I'm in the market, but like, still. Somebody said, "What made you want to start a podcast?" Honestly, because as much as I read, as much as I research, and as much as I never shut the fuck up, like I figured there had to be a better way than just talking my friends' ears off all day, every day. I found that I figured this would be such a good platform, especially because um I have been getting more comfortable with social media and posting and like the old me, like how like they had a trend saying like 16-year-old me would never believe, 16-year-old me would never believe that I would be sitting here living my best life talking in front of a camera for like thousands and thousands of people to see it. So that in itself, me just coming to the realization that I did that, like I did that. I got out of my shell and now I'm the most outgoing person you will ever meet. I will make friends anywhere I go, like at the airport, on the plane, um, at a bar, at the grocery store, at Michael's, the craft store, like anywhere. So I just thought it would be a good platform. As many things as I do in community events that I host and am part of, like this is gonna be such a good platform. It's taking off slowly because one thing after another, but I'm not gonna give up and we're not going anywhere. Somebody said I miss you. I can't say I miss you too because I don't know who you are, but I just thought it was funny. It's one of those like unhinged things again. Somebody said, "I wish you'd get with me." No comment. Somebody said, "Cute with the kissy face." Thank you, I guess. Somebody said, "What you doing tomorrow?" And a lot of these were sent over the course of like the last 3 4 weeks. So I don't know if people thought like sending them, I'm gonna answer them right away or answer them on my Instagram story because that's where I posted this. Um, link for the most part, but like no era el chiste. I wasn't going to answer right away. So what am I doing tomorrow, as in today that I'm recording? I'm recording today on a Friday and I'm gonna post this on Monday. So um tomorrow Saturday I work, right? Yeah, tomorrow Saturday I work. Um for a couple hours. So after that I don't have plans. Um somebody said you're super cute, TBH. Thank you. Two different people asked if I'm single. Single, technically, yes. I'm still married. We're about to sign the divorce, but as far as like, am I dating anybody now? I'm not. Um, with that being said, I'm not in the market. I'm really not looking for a relationship right now. I have too much going on to be selfish and let somebody. I don't want to be selfish and not give somebody the attention that they need. Um, it's just I'm not with that. Um, the old me maybe would have been like, yeah, no me vale, but really like after this last year, like I need to focus on all this stuff that I've been putting off that benefits me and not bring another person into the mix. Just a few more and then I'm gonna move on. But so far these are like me dan risa. Somebody said I wish you replied to me faster. I'm sorry, like I'm really bad at texting. I'm sorry. Somebody said you should text me. No comment. Somebody said you're cute. Thank you. Piercings. I have my ears pierced and my nose. That's it. Um, I don't think I would pierce anything else. Like I remember when I was in high school, I really wanted to pierce my tongue for some reason. Kanaka. But I would never. Um, somebody said your sense of humor cracks me up. To be honest, I think I'm pretty funny. Like I have met a lot of people that agree, so you can't tell me nothing. I think I'm pretty funny. Somebody said, when you gonna give me a chance? Somebody said, who do you have a crush on? Que chismosos. No, I'm just kidding. I really don't have a crush on anybody. Um, I post stuff on Instagram and people take it so serious, but I just be joking. Um, that's what makes it funny. Or my any social media of mine that's public or any post of mine that is public, it's meant to be like for laughs. Like you're supposed to laugh and move on, but people take it so serious. Like I posted something yesterday and it said, um, like something about como chingan, and I was like, unless you're my crush, don't message me or don't bother me. And like I think that's where people got this from, but like I just be joking. Somebody said, "Are you straight?" Straight out of my mind, yes, I'm straight. No, but I mean, I think so, yeah. Um, actually, I dated one girl for like a couple of days in high school. No, in junior high. My parents were so mad. But that's a story for another day. I'm gonna do some of the pickup lines, and then I'm gonna do one unhinged question that really I was like, but whatever. La gente habla nomás porque tiene boca. Somebody said, "Are you tired from running through my mind all day?" I give that a 2 out of 10. That wasn't that funny or unique. Um, on a scale of 1 to 10, you're a 9 because I'm the one you need. Again, 2 out of 10. That's not unique. Um, when it comes to math, it's a little confusing. If you ask me, reason being, it's always x plus y, never u plus I. I give that a 6 out of 10 because I've never heard that one, but it involves math, and I ain't with that. I hate math. Somebody said, if I would get a flower each time I think about you, I would have one because you never left my mind. Honestly, you get an 8 out of 10 because I love flowers, and just mentioning it, 8 out of 10. Somebody said, "Are you tired from running through my mind all day?" 2 out of 10. Not unique. This is gonna be the most spaced apart and like funny the way I put this all together episode because I keep having to cough, so I keep pausing it. Like, don't think I'm cutting it or stuff that I say. I don't edit hardly anything that I say. But I just keep having to cough, and I have like all these waters right here because me empieza a dar tos y siento que me ahogo. So like I keep having to stop it. So don't think like I'm not being genuine because I am. Like, I'm being straight through with all my answers and stuff, but me da una pinche tos que siento que me ahogo. But let's move on. I posted something about topics, so this is something that I want y'all to continue to send in topic requests. I'm gonna get through all of them, and I'm gonna start posting an episode every Monday. So I do deeply apologize because I have been meaning to do that, but de ahora para adelante sí va a ser cada lunes. Somebody said topics tóxicas. Baby, I got stories for days. Somebody else, so I said relationship deal breakers because I want to do an episode on online dating. So I'm just gonna share this one because I'm gonna share it again in a future episode when I have more. But somebody said smoking weed 24/7 is a relationship deal breaker. I agree, but sorry for another day. The last one, and this is not one of those I saved the best for last because this shit is unhinged. Somebody said, and I'm gonna edit it. I'm gonna kind of say the first part and the last part because I'm not gonna give this person the attention that they're asking for. It says, did your baby daddy ever find out da 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 da? Is that why he left you? First of all, anything that my baby daddy, don't call him that. Anything that my ex or my daughter's dad needed to find out, I told him myself. Like I mentioned before, we're on good terms. And did he leave me? No, he didn't leave me. We mutually decided that that relationship no longer served us, and we weren't going to continue to make each other miserable or make our daughter miserable or have her grow up in a family where we weren't happy. Um, and that's all you need to know about that because clearly, um, by the context of the middle part that I cut out, that is completely irrelevant. And whoever sent that, which I have an idea of who sent it, means nothing. So that answers that. With that being said, that concludes the introduction. And let's move on to the actual topic, okay? Okay. Okay. So because I keep coughing and stuff, I'm gonna hold the mic today. Usually I hate doing that. I like to put it on my shirt, but it's just easier. Um Today I want to talk about because in light of it being the holidays and stuff, I want to talk about one is the pressure of feeling like you have to buy presents and putting yourself into debt. I'm guilty of that when I was with my ex. Um, Physical touch is not my love language. My love language is acts of service and gift giving. Um, so with that being said, I remember one Christmas, I literally maxed out one of my credit cards that was like, it wasn't a big credit card, it was like a $500 credit card. and I maxed it out. That year he had a good ass Christmas. But el chiste no era ese, el chiste era que it just put us into more debt because we both paid bills. So like that was a stupid decision. And if you get nothing else from this, just know that in the end, and I saw a TikTok about this, so it really made me spin my wheels about it. In the end, years from now, whether it's for your kids or for your parents or anything like that, especially now as an adult, somebody asks you, "Oh, what do you want for Christmas?" I just want peace. Like, I just want to rest. I just want this. We don't really want gifts, you know? So, like, I would say, if nothing else, you guys just really understand that it's not about what you buy people, and it's not about putting yourself in debt. That is just gonna roll into the new year and just put you back down in a place where you probably just pulled yourself out of. I know personally, I worked very hard to pay off credit cards. Not that I don't have balances on them now, but I worked hard to get them out of that maxed out position that I once had them in. And never again will I put myself in debt just to please other people. Um, people people really laugh when I say I start my Christmas shopping in September, but I'm not gonna be sitting there spending my December and November checks on Christmas presents. I'm gonna generally, like, I buy for my parents, my mom, my dad, my sister, my daughter, and like two or three of my friends. So it's not like I need to buy a lot of people presents that may or may not be in my life. Like my parents, you know, God willing, are still gonna be there for Christmas. It's just people that not speaking as in death, but speaking as in people that you're gonna cut out of your life. My parents eh, pueden ser lo que sean, but they're gonna be in my life forever. As long as I have breath in my body, I will not ever be able to cut them off just because of behavior. If I didn't cut them off for the trauma that they put me through as a kid, I'm not going to do it now as an adult. I may distance myself. I may move in another city, live in another city or not visit as often or something like that, but I'm never going to completely cut them out. I might cut back for my sister, as in not buy her as many gifts. Um, Same with my daughter. Now we're doing a whole thing where we're not doing gifts. We may do we call it no gifts but experiences, as in we're planning a Disney trip for later next year. I'm planning to take her on vacation for her birthday rather than doing a birthday party, which I'm back and forth between quinceañera, which is like a mini quinceañera for her being 5, because she really has not had a real birthday. um COVID stole her first birthday, and then her second one she did have, but that's when me and her dad were separating and nobody knew yet. So that birthday was just the turmoil was within. So she didn't have a good second birthday. To the eyes of the public, she did, but in our family and in our household, it was not a good birthday. So she deserves a good happy birthday. Third and fourth, she didn't really have any like big thing, like a party or anything. Third birthday, we just went, did fun stuff all day. Fourth birthday, me and her did fly to Ohio and Chicago for a couple days. But even then, it's not like no una fiesta que ella puede disfrutar y tener fotos. She remembers the trip and everything, but I don't think it's the same thing. But with that being said, her Christmas list this year, literally my baby, thank the Lord, is very spoiled, and her parents, both me and her dad, work very hard to give her everything she wants and needs during the year. So for Christmas, she literally, I think she asked for a Mickey Mouse doll, and it was $15 at Target. But yeah, my whole point with that is don't go into debt trying to prove that you love other people, because you're neglecting yourself. You're neglecting the love that you need to have for yourself, and you not being there for yourself, as in not taking care of yourself financially. It's it it just brings on a bigger burden. So don't do that, please. Um and also, like I said, honestly, now that I'm an adult and I look back at presents that my parents got me as a kid, I can probably name like two or three that I honestly remember. Um, Other than that, like, I really have no recollection of what they would actually get me. I know I always got everything that I wanted. Like, I remember one year I wanted a what is it called? A Kindle, a Nook for reading because I've always been a bookworm. My dad got me that, and so like, uh, um, those kinds of things, yes, but like little stuff that I asked for, I really don't recall. So the importance of actually getting them everything on their Christmas list, I really don't see that it is a big deal, to put yourself into debt. So I think that's it for that. But it really is you're showing your family more of your love by not putting yourself in debt and in that just that shell of knowing you have to pay that back, and that's less bills that you have during the year to take care of them and the necessities. So that's just my humble opinion, but I'm speaking from experience. So another part that I actually is very meaningful to me and it really really touches the core is that for the holidays, y se vale llorar, eh? I told y'all in the beginning, in the introduction, that we will be crying, we will be laughing, and another touchy part for us, my family during the holidays, is that my dad's mom, my grandma, she actually passed away Christmas Day when I was little, and we weren't able to go to her funeral. I still remember that my dad has two brothers here, and both of their wives went to the funeral, and we didn't even have FaceTime. We didn't even have FaceTime, and I remember we heard it on the phone, and we were at my aunt's house, and we saw a shadow go past the window in the dining room and walk towards the front door. And then we see the same shadow on the door. Um, but we heard a knock at the door, and from where we were sitting in the living room, it's literally from here, from like let's say I'm sitting here, maybe 10 feet if even. So there was not enough time for if somebody knocked to run off, and if they did, we would have heard it. Um, they went to go open the door. We all looked at each other, and they went to go open the door. There was nobody there. But that was definitely hard. So Christmas is not the same for our family. I try to be spend Christmas with my parents because I know it's hard for my dad. Um, and they are not lying when they say that once you bury the older people in your family, like the family just starts to um, slowly crumble. So that brings me to the next part about family during the holidays. Uh, I know we always say and we always talk about how life is too short and we shouldn't dwell on, arguments and apologize to that family member, because tomorrow's not promised, and you don't know if you're gonna get a second chance, and you know where I'm going with this. Um, but honestly, the way I see it is if you have that family member, and everybody can do what they want. If you feel like you can forgive that family member for X amount of reasons that they did this, or that, perfect. I love that. But I feel like coming from somebody in my own experience of not talking to that family member, in that side of the family or whatever you want to call it, for 3 years now, I have no regrets. Do I miss them? Of course I do. That is my blood. That is like my own sister, brother, mom, dad, whatever. That is my, without getting too much of who it is. But that is my family. That is the people that I want to share my ups and downs with. But you get to the point where this is a repeated behavior, a repeated event. Um, this is something that didn't just happen once or twice or three times. This has happened more than once. And it's just some things que no se perdonan. I'm a big believer though that with a sincere apology, and that's taking me a second because I really want to say the right words. With a sincere apology, things can be fixed. But you're talking about somebody that never sees wrong in their actions. And I know people might come for me and say, like, well, we all want to think that we're always right and stuff. Yes, I agree. I'd like to think that I'm not wrong half the time, that I probably am wrong. But when it comes to family, when it comes to people you love, when it comes to your healing, your growing, you really have to step back and think, did I do that? And it takes us back to elementary. Don't do to others what you wouldn't want done to you. So, the golden rule. So, ponle, ponle que yo hice algo, ¿verdad? Ponle que alguien me dijo algo a mí en confianza y yo fui y le conté a alguien más esas cosas que, mi, que a mí me dijeron en confianza. Y luego, yo sabiendo que la persona que me contó eso sabe chingos de cosas de mí. And it's not so much, oh, I don't want to tell people about this person because she's going to tell my secrets. Family is like this. Family is supposed to be locked in. You're my sister, you're my brother through thick and thin. It's never supposed to be, it's supposed to be family against the world together. It's not supposed to be family against family. But ponle que yo fui y le conté a alguien algo que tú me dijiste en confianza, sabiendo que tú sabes muchas cosas de mí. Does that make sense? Does that does that really, in your mind, do you think that's right? Because okay, why not? I have a family member that I have not spoken to in 3 years. Mind you, this is not the first time that this happens. At one point in our life, we have stopped talking. I think this is the third time we do this. Um, the first two times we got past it because it wasn't stuff that we personally did. It was misunderstandings with other people in our family. So we got past that because honestly, like, this is somebody I love. This is somebody that is like a sibling to me. So we got past it, but this last event happened 3 years ago and going on four. And at this point, it was a very bad time in my life, emotionally and everything. So I was doing some things that I was not so proud of. But at the same time, I was sharing that with this family member. And I was sharing all these stories and I was sharing all of these dramatic things and then these just, "Oh, I'm going through this and I did that and oh, I regret this and oh man, I did that, but like, I don't know, like, should I feel bad? That kind of thing." This person went and told fulana mangana pangana whatever, and I know so much about this family member, and I have covered so much for this family member that it just really baffled me to find out that at the end of the day, after I had just trusted this family member with all of these things, that she would get on the phone. Yeah, da-da-da-da-da. Today she told me, da-da-da-da. Oh yeah, ah, ha, ha, ha. Yeah. Well, she told me, da-da-da-da-da. Ha, ha, ha. With somebody that I was no longer friends with for X amount of bullshit that they did as well. And that's an episode for another day of helping people, but it doesn't make sense. So if it's one of those things and you know that you can get past it, because look, this is the third strike. This is the straw that broke the camel's back. For me personally, I did try after that occurrence to talk again with this family member, and it was kind of shot down, and I really had to think to myself, is this somebody that I want to again have a connection with, knowing what they're capable of? And it sounds like it's fucking murder when it's not, but to me, like, I really took that to the heart. And I try my best to be as genuine as I can. If I ever do something to hurt somebody and I know I did wrong, I will honestly apologize. um I will honestly say, like, I messed up. um please forgive me. Like I really will own up to it if I do think that I did wrong. A lot of times, yes, maybe I don't think I did wrong, but I did. Later on, I will reflect on that and I will apologize eventually. Like, don't get me wrong. I'm human, but for me to feel like I can allow this once again, give this person the opportunity to do this again, like I simply can't. Because I know I would never have done that. And that's what pains me. That's what always, I feel like that's what pains most of us about cutting off toxic family. And I just made a TikTok about like being the black sheep of the family and how like you're the one that they blame for everything, but you're the one that they always call when they need something, and you're the one that always comes through. And it really takes me to like all the stuff that I did for them. And yes, they did a lot of stuff for me and my family as well, but at the end of the day, like if we can't count on family, then who can we count on? And I have been very fortunate that I have, a couple friends that I love like family and that treat me like family and that I can spend Christmas at their parents' house. Like I'm very fortunate for that because we no longer like, and what hurts me the most about this situation, honestly, like ya hablando en serio y fuera de like esto no es para chisme, pero esto es para que la gente abra los ojos. um, what really hurts me the most is that this is the only family that I have here. The rest of my family is either Mexico and Dallas, Cali, like in other places. This is the only family that I have here, and it's like I no longer have family here. Lately, we're talking about my sister's 10, but we're talking about what plans we're gonna have for her quinceañera. Si Dios quiere. Um, and we're really talking about who are we gonna even invite? Like what family? Yeah, we're gonna fly out our family from Atlanta and Oklahoma and invite our family from Dallas and stuff. But like at the end of the day, the people that really watched me grow up and stuff, like they're not gonna be there. In 5 years, do I really think that anything is gonna change? Honestly, at this point, it's been three. What's five more? So, you know, um, again, I don't mean this in like a attacking way, but like I'm just being honest. Um, and these are things that a simple conversation would have fixed. Like if I did something wrong, like look, there's been times at work where I have had falling outs with coworkers, and I'm like spinning wheels trying to figure out like what did I do. Like not that my relationships with my coworkers matter as much as family, but I spend more time with my coworkers than I do my daughter. So I don't want to have bad to not get along with them. Yeah, I don't go there to make friends, but at the same time, like I don't go there not to get along with them. So these falling outs that I thought I had really were fixed with a conversation. A simple, did I do something to offend you? Did I do something that did I say something wrong? Like, and then the person tells me like, oh, you did this and this, and I'm like, that's not how I meant it. I think you took it the wrong way, but I apologize that it came off like that, and I owned up to what I said, what I did, or whatever, and it fixed it. Like we're back to normal. We're back to talking about sharing our life experiences and like our motherhood and stuff. Like that's what it's about. My whole thing is a simple conversation would have fixed it. Now we're so far into not being close that it's so far gone. So, I would love to have one of my one of my friends that I know like deals with the same thing with her husband's family because like we come from the same type of environment where it's just toxic family that has always made you feel um like you're the problem. So like again with that TikTok that I made about being the black sheep of the family, yeah, we're the black sheep. I I was always seen as like la niña de ejemplo, like todos vamos a ser como María, todos pónganse las pilas para que sean una mejor estudiante porque María solo saca dieces en sus exámenes. Like I was the perfect child, and then I grew up, I made mistakes, and all of a sudden the same people that had me up here are now like pointing fingers at my mistakes, my fuck ups, but they don't look right next to themselves and see the fuck ups of their own kids, of their own family, of their own spouses. For a while, And this is going to be for another episode about how, and how I grew up Catholic, and I am very much Catholic, and I don't think I would ever convert to any other religion because I'm just so strong about my faith. Um, but that's another thing, that's why I left the church where I was attending and where I was serving, because I felt so just pushed out when they found out that I was going through a divorce, instead of being there for me. Because one, that's where we did our marriage classes, and from day one they saw the things in him that I didn't see because I was so in love. So with that being said, you now know I'm going through a divorce. Why not be there for me? Because you saw this coming, you know? So it's a lot. I know, I get it. Um, but really, like, if you get nothing else from this, it's the whole, don't go into debt trying to show people that you love. And I know, not everybody's family is the same. I have a lot of beautiful families that I see gather for holidays and stuff, and they do the Secret Santa and the white elephant and the matching pajamas, and the everybody meet at one house for Christmas and everybody meet at the other house for New Year's. And I pray to God, and I honestly love that for y'all, and I really hope and pray that that never stops, because we were also that family at one point, and now for the last couple Christmases, especially since me and my ex-husband have been separated, um it's been my mom, my dad, my sister, and myself, because I am not going to be that bitter baby mama that will not let her go with her dad. He works out of town, so if he's home, be my guest, please spend time with her. I know plenty of dads that don't, and I will never take that from him. And I just hope and I pray to God that one day I find a man that wants to be a husband and wants to be a dad, and we will be that house. Like, if I have to build that for myself and my family and my daughter and her husband, and if I do have more kids, which I don't know, but if I do, that I want to be that house, I would love that. If I don't end up marrying anybody, I will still be that house. I want to be that house that everybody feels safe going to. My kids and their friends were like, yeah, let's go to Camila's house. Um, or like, hey, mom, my friend said that her parents are going out of town for Christmas. Can she come over? Hell yeah, tell her to bring her PJs. Like, better yet, I bought her some. What size is she? Like, I want to be that house. I want to be the barbecue on Sundays. I want to be the I'm hosting Christmas and I'm hosting New Year. No, 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 everybody come over here. Like, y'all spend the night. I cleared out the rooms. I asked the neighbors if y'all could park in their garage and in their yard. Like, I want to be that house. I will be that house. I used to be that house because I wasn't that house growing up. We weren't that family. My parents were not like that. My parents were never the tell your friends to come over. But yes, with the holidays, don't feel like you have to reach out to those toxic family members. If you cut family members off and you want to give them a chance, do it because you want to, not because everybody's pressuring you to, not because you feel like you have to, not because you think tomorrow's not promised. Because I'm here today, my phone has not ring once in 3 years. And I'm sure y'all feel the same way. God gives us family because we're supposed to be like this. If family decides to be like this, that ain't your family. I have friends that I met, probably had not met them if it wasn't for work, but they became family. Like, it's just it's one of those things. So honestly, no, it's not worth it. Um I'll wrap up this episode. I just want to wish everybody Merry Christmas, and yeah, Merry Christmas, Happy New Year, and prayers for everybody. If I have people that celebrate other holidays, happy holidays to y'all. And I hope that everybody gets everything that they wish for, if not just materialistic. Anything that you prayed for this year, anything that you wish for, anything that you have really been wanting. This is the year that we change our minds and how we think. We're done having that pobrecita mindset. We're done making ourselves seem and feel like everything happens to me, everything happens to us because we allow it to. I went through one of the most traumatic things in my life this year, And I've been through some shit. But something that happened this year that was meant to break me, I came out stronger and I'm not even done with it. So, with that being said, God sends you all types of battles. And I know we're tired of being strong soldiers, but if you just hang in there, I promise it's going to get better. I promise we're all going to get through it. I promise that tomorrow, and hold me accountable to this, tomorrow we will be better together. I have a whole agenda of ways, tips, and tricks and books I'm reading because I am going through my own healing journey. I have gone through so many healing journeys, but I do truly believe that every season of our life comes with a healing journey because in every season of our life, we are meant to get hurt because we are meant to learn. If imagine we didn't go through bad things and we didn't go through things that made us learn and hurt us and put us in these situations that typically we would not choose to. The things I went through this year, I would have never chose for myself. You think I would have chose to I'm not going to talk about it, but the things that I went through this year, I would never have chosen for myself. I don't wish them on anybody, but it's a learning experience for myself. And so, with that being said, everything that happens for us is meant to happen to us, meant to change us, meant to put us in a better situation than where we were before. Um, it's just about how you think about it. So I sound super hippie and everything, but I promise, like with everything that I'm learning and reading and just becoming very, very proficient on, it's gonna be a big help. It as these for myself, and I hope to everybody else as well. But let's wrap this up. I just want to say again, Merry Christmas, Happy Holidays to everybody. Enjoy your time with your families, and thank you for your continued support. I hope to see y'all back here next week. Bye.